we can be heroes just for one day. How we can be heroes.
Hey guys, Units of America, and today we're recording a 2v2 on Napoleon Total War. I am playing with the Total War Master, another YouTuber. In this game in Steam, his name is the Mighty Roman. I am playing as the Spanish, and he is playing as the British against Portuguese and Prussians on the Italian Grassland map. As you can see, it's more guerrilla units because I've been trying to play with Spain a lot lately for the Guerrilla Tactics series. And I've positioned units up on this hill here, as well as units up on this hill here. This is an older video before I actually planned on calling it a series, though. So I'm doing the cliche tactic of putting on hills. In later battles, I will try out other things and putting it in different places, which I'm not going to give away. I'll show it in the later videos. But for now, what we can see is Prussia is outflanking me on the right here, and I don't want him to go around me, so I'm moving some Woolen Guards over here just near this house in case he tries to come around, although later I get a better idea of just end up going over there and kind of facing him. But for now, I've just got these guys behind this building in case he tries to run over here or something. I've got my lights in this little patch of forest here, as well as some line infantry on this hill. Over here I've got some lights, as well as cav. You may think, why are they unsupported? Well, stakes. Yeah, here you go. My ally is sending some lifeguards, of course, over this way. You can see, like a 3v3 and stuff, this area is usually blocked off from the map. But in a 2v2 and like 4v4s, I believe, and 1v1s possibly, I'm not sure though, I don't usually do 1v1s, but this area here is usually open and is the source of a lot of flanking and that kind of thing. So right now, I'm not sure if he's going around or if he's just preparing in case this guy does, but point is, got lifeguards there. So yeah, nothing's getting around there without dying, unless it's a line of infantry form square, but don't think that happens. I haven't played. I don't remember how this battle really goes. I remember that, I remember how it ends, but I don't really remember exactly what happens in the battle. I did play this a ways back, and I've played a lot of battles since, so my memory isn't great when it comes to what's going to happen here. I do think it starts off slow, though. Let's see what's happening. I've taken my guerrilla cav off the hill, and I seem to be positioning it in this forest here. As you can see, I'm playing defensively. Like, I want him to come around here, but I think I do end up going over there to fight him. Let's just fast forward a little bit because it's a bit quiet here. We can look at it from a sky point of view. So here, my opponent's pushed up some Prussian Fusiliers with some musketeers, and they're in this forest. And yeah, they're going hidden. I think what happens is I send some guys over to fight, like I said, and I try to push through these two forests here, and I don't realize that he has men in there. Looks like we're about to have a skirmish here. Some Portuguese lights, some Caçadores. I also have my Caçadores de Cataluna supporting my teammates' rifles here in this forest, as well as his Lightfoot. His rifle should be in range. If they fire. Maybe not. That guy's face. That guy's seen things. I've seen terrible things. Terrible things. Okay, anyway, but enough about that guy's life. Let's go back to the battle. My opponent's moving some lights over here. He's also got some lights and militia here. I could charge these guys, but he's got musketeers supporting. Not to mention he hasn't fired yet, so if I did charge everything here, I would just shoot my cav. Okay, so here is where you can see I'm positioning in this forest. I've got some units going back here, and my cav going in that position back over there to get ready for fight, because I've realized that just sitting here in this forest and on this hill, my opponent's not really going to attack, and I kind of wanted to get some skirmishing started, so I was like, alright, let's go for it. So I'm going to go over there and hopefully get some fighting started. You can see the Portuguese and the British player, Master, my bad, sorry, the Total War Master are having a standoff here. Also, I will link his channel in the description, guys. He posts some really good battles. He doesn't have a lot of subscribers. He has like 18, but yet he posts some really good Napoleon battles. So if you guys want to go over there, check out his channel. That'd be really cool, and I'm sure he would appreciate it. So yeah, I'll post it in the description. You guys can check it out there. Also, I'll post it in the comments just in case some of you don't really look in the description, which is fine. Here I have my Woolen Guards facing off against a First Eastern Prussian Grenadier Battalion, which Grenadiers aren't used that much in this game. Oh, okay, they just went all slender on me. They aren't used in this game because of their small numbers. They have better accuracy than most line infantry, but because of their small numbers, people usually don't bring them unless they're going to do some house fighting, so it's kind of strange that he brought them. But I wish they were kind of historically accurate and made Grenadiers full units. They would be brought more, and maybe I don't know, maybe like make their accuracy a little lower, I guess, like so that they're not better than line infantry, and like they're not super OP, so they're good in melee, have some decent accuracy that's slightly better than line infantry would be nice, type of thing. So right now I've got my lights and light infantry behavior because I'm assuming he's going to push up here, but he has Silesians, which have more range than me, so it's kind of like if he pushes up, I need to be able to really quick run up and get some shots on him. Right now you can see I'm sending my general to where most of the fighting is going to be taking place, which is on this flank. That's where I plan to start the fight. Don't want my opponent controlling the fight. I want to do it myself. If you control the fight, you kind of have like naturally more power. You're kind of controlling what's going on. And you can see he's not making any aggressive moves, so he's not really controlling what's going on here. Well, neither am I yet. I haven't pushed up, but I know I do. So you can see I'm sending over 2 Fusiliers to help out because I don't have enough lines over here. Also, oh yeah, 2 Fusiliers as well as my Guerrilla volunteers over here. Also have some hidden cav here. I thought maybe if he broke through or something, I could like run in and kill him or something. Over here, I put my cav down below this ridge because I thought, since I'm microing over there, if he pushes up and I don't notice, and we get into a shootout, I don't want my cav getting shot. I'm going to pull him behind the stakes since I don't have anyone supporting them. My ally has some guard units as well as some foot, just kind of wandering over this way. Seems like he's going to try and flank the left, try to get this player to fold in so he can push up here, would be what I would do anyway. I think that's what he's doing. Would be a good idea. Get something going on this side. Let's fast forward a bit. Oh, some news. I built a gaming PC. For those of you who did not watch the Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway video, I'll get to that later. I did not. I'm so lost now. So thanks, Bunny Queen. No, I'm kidding. Real quick before I get to that, these hidden units in the forest, I did not notice them. I was trying to run away over here, and I get shot up. I was microing over there when this happened, so I lose some guys, and then I tried charging because these are lights, so I kind of lose some cav for nothing, but get some kills for it. And over here I'm skirmishing with his Silesians who were trying to run over here, getting some kills on them. So anyway, while this is going on, let's just discuss. So for Christmas, I got some money to build a gaming PC. Oh, it looks like I have to save that cav actually. Am I wrong? I think I get to keep them. I built a gaming PC, and it's gonna be hardcore. Like I'm not gonna get low frames. I'm gonna get like 60 frames on Napoleon, maybe higher. It's got a GTX 970. It's got an SSD. It's 3.6 gigahertz. Intel i5 processor. It's gonna be awesome, and I just need to connect it to the internet, and I can start recording on that. So for all I know, this might be the last video you guys see on my laptop, because I record on a laptop, sadly. It may be hard to notice because it's actually kind of like decent graphics and stuff, but bad frames, but it is a laptop. So hopefully within the next week or so we can get that going. But first we need to kind of get a router in the room where the gaming PC is. It's also got a 23-inch monitor compared to my computer I'm using now has like 12 inches, which is really sad. Here I'm trying to kill these Silesians some more. It's got some Prussian Fusiliers pushing up with them. Over here I started skirmishing with his lights, but instead my men shot the militia, even though these guys are like right in their sight. Like if his militia had been like in front of his lights or something, I would have understood that, but instead they shot the militia. So I pull back, plus I'm getting shot from here, so don't want to take any of that engagement, so I pull back. Let's see if my allies do anything. Nope, still just stalemate over here. Anyway, it's good that I scouted out that forest now. Now I know where to, I mean, probably knew they were there, I just didn't remember, but now I know where I need to push and flush his men out from. So over here, we're continuing the skirmish. These Silesians just won't die, even though I shredded them on the way over here. I'm also getting some kills on his Prussian Fusiliers. My lights will outshoot these Silesians because they reload slower, but they have more range, but he is not dying for some reason. I don't know if it's because of this ridge or because Spanish accuracy isn't that good, but trying to get this sped up a bit, so I'm going to try and throw some cav in over here, maybe get some kills, because he didn't plant stakes, and these guys have the ability to do that. And his lines are back here. I could get shot, but I really want to kill these lights, because Prussian lights are pretty good. Am I actually going to charge? That's not very good. He's pulling back. Call it off. Nope, I'm going to die. Yeah, alright, good. Call it off. Here I took the first volley again, but I'm trying to double team this light. Over here with my ally, the master, Total War Master, I'm sorry, I keep getting that messed up. Sorry, man, if you're watching this. Total War Master, Mighty Roman, he is beginning to skirmish with these Portuguese. I also have my lights on this ridge opening fire. There's another Portuguese light moving in there. Oh, my mouth is so dry right now. I'm so sorry if the commentary sucks. Here I'm trying to push up some Fusiliers to fire with these landwehr. I don't think they're in range, though. No, they don't seem to be. Well, my cav is trying to kill some lights here. Got some really nice kills on them, actually. Down to about 50. Now my cav's getting die on the squares, though. Getting some friendly fire from the Portuguese, though, which is good for me. Some more Portuguese lights have arisen out of this forest here, are engaging my allies' line of tree in this forest. Because with this high terrain, I do have a bit of a ridge there. I'm getting better shots off, not to mention his lights here are just shooting the ground. On a map like Italian, you really got to pay attention to the terrain if you want to get some good kills. As for this unit, I could push up and try to flank here, but he probably has men in this forest, and this unit's kind of small, so I don't want to risk it. Not to mention, we really don't have any support on this hill, so if they die, it's kind of, we're going to lose the hill. Yeah, you can see he does have cav here, too. I might actually push here, I'm not sure. Over here, I have 3 line of tree units and 2 balloon guards building up here along with all 3 of my cav. He's got some foot guards in the forest here. He doesn't know I have these balloon guards, they're hidden. Well, he might if he noticed, but don't think he does. Over here, I should probably back up. His line of tree is going to shoot me. He left his lights back here. You can see the Silesian's still not dead at 27 men. Yeah, okay, I pulled back so he doesn't shoot me with his line. Over here, my ally tried to position some foot on this ridge here. It's good. I mean, he's not going to get kills too much because a lot of his guys will end up shooting the ground here. Not to mention he's 3 ranks deep, and he's firing that way, so he's getting some good kills, but it could be better. Not to mention he's just going to get lit up here, so it's a good position, but with this many units that could be shooting at him, it's not the best. I try to put some units here to relieve the pressure, but I wouldn't have recommended putting units there. You just kind of get focused on. But I'm going to try and help anyway. Over here, this militia and this line of troops still skirmish moving with me. It's pretty violent. His Prussians and his foot guards, well, they're Prussians, duh. His grenadiers and his foot guards are slowly marching through this forest, awaiting a volley from guard units. Here, I'm going to flush out his men, force him in the square with the cav, and then push in line infantry to open fire while he's in square. I get better kills that way and don't take so many losses when he has better positioning because of the trees. Bringing over more cav just in case I need more to get him in square again. It doesn't seem he noticed this. He's not in square yet, and he didn't pull his lights back, but I am now getting in position. We're about to fire a volley here. Yeah, look at that. And this line of tree will be shooting that cav instead of my lines, too. Yeah, look, these guys didn't take a single shot here. Got some units in reserve, trying to get him in square again, throwing in more cav. Over here, still just a skirmish, as well as with the British player. He's done some heavy damage to these Portuguese lights, and they have fallen back. On my side, I'm not really winning the skirmish here. I've got like 2 lights against like 3, not to mention militia, so I'm trying to kind of kite this position because these lights aren't doing so well. Over here, he got a square, but I'm trying to push his lights out. His foot guards and grenadiers have engaged with my woolen guards now. But you can see I've got, I thought it did, never mind. Don't have the flank on these woolen grenadiers. They're firing at my woolen guards here, but I'm going to try and charge right through to them. He doesn't get a square here. Yeah, get some nice kills there. His foot guards form square, grenadiers not so lucky. Look how fast I've cleaned out this forest. So he's got one unit in square, and I don't know if he moved them out of square, but they are in square right now, just getting shot. And he has some enemy cav. So what I do here, let me put it in slow motion. So he has more overwhelming cav, not to mention they're better than mine. So I form a square behind my lines and pull the cav through it. So if he wants to charge, he has to hit the square. And then since he's in a square here and I'm firing, I'm getting good kills. So he's going to try and charge me here. I'm going to form square with these units, and he's going to be stuck within a triangle of units getting shot from every direction. Oh my, confirmed! No, just kidding. But, yeah. And then I'm going to charge my cav in to trap him here. And we're going to kind of cut these guys down, but I forgot my general was over here, which kind of sucks, and he should be at the front lines, but somehow, with all of these squares and my cav trapping him, he's going to run right through, get another charge bonus, and assassinate my general, and look how ridiculous this is. You can see his Lutzau's Freikorps right at the front lines there.
Our men are running, sir.
My cav in hot pursuit trying to cut him down. So my general's just probably like thinking, what? Are those our cav? He's gonna get wrecked right here. Look at that, just absolutely flat. And there goes my general already. We're off to a terrible start. Let's see, make sure I don't miss anything over on my ally side. So there goes my general. My ally seemed to have pushed around with this flank over here with his guards and his 1 foot, as well as his cav, which forced this player to turn, which caused him to be able to push up here. Skirmish here has ended. Like I said, the Portuguese fell back. My opponent here realizes I'm weak here, realizes my lights are not winning, and he's going to push up and try to engage me, but I'm going to kite that back and continue pushing where I'm doing well, except for the assassination. I'm so sorry, people. I'm just, my mouth is so dry. Over here where my general got assassinated, we were able to clean up his cav, but at the loss of my general. Look, he still has 9 men, too. But sad, we did lose my general there. Over here, I've got a unit flanking around because he does have some reinforcement foot guards and suppression fusiliers to return from routing going over there. I'm still trying to... Wow, I've actually taken some heavy losses on these guys. I'm still trying to route this unit, but with the terrain, they're just not routing very quickly. Over here, he fell back his grenadiers as well as his foot guards, which are hidden somewhere in this forest. Over here, he doesn't have any lights really in range other than these guys, which can't put out a lot of firepower, but I'm going to try and skirmish with these units here. Or not. I'm just lied to myself. Over here, my ally put him up on the ridge again. This time it's pretty good. He's only killing militia. Plus, he's not getting shot at from like every direction, although there is a unit trying to threaten him here, so he might need to pull back soon. Over on the far left, my ally has charged in some cav, forced a square on this infantry, trying to kill these lights. He kind of got through with his lifeguards, which are going to do really well because they're actually some decent heavy cav, which can slaughter even... Yeah, Portuguese cav sucks, so pretty much no matter the scenario here, he's going to cut up quite a few guys. He has his foot engaging these infantry, which are not returning fire because of the enemy cav that were running through them. Now they're getting their volleys off. They're taking some pretty heavy losses. Morale is taking a big penalty here. My ally's going to push up his foot guards and stuff. He should be pushing up this force over here and trying to flush these guys out of this forest. Over in the center, he routed that militia. On the far right flank, I charged in some more cav. I got his musketeers out of without having them form square, which is going to give me some time to push up these guys, hopefully engage them. I'm going to try to run through and engage these grenadiers again. He's trying to reinforce this forest with some foot guards. It's too late, though. I've routed them. I'm going to try and run in this forest, take the ground. While he's forming squares here, I'm going to push up the balloon guards and not lose this cav for nothing. What you want to do in Napoleon is always have units, supporting units. You don't want to do a cav charge for no reason. If you get some kills, yeah, that's cool, but you're really not acting on that. Like, see how I forced his units in a square and pretty much messed up his lines with this cav. I'm going to act out and try to rush up and get some kills, maybe even some routes with that. Over here, sadly, I had my my line too close to his lights, and I took some pretty heavy losses that were really unnecessary. Over on the far left, my opponent kind of has a stacked line here. He should be really pushing up and skirmishing with these guys. They have no lights, so should be using that to his advantage. He really needs to push up on these guys while they're running with all 3 of his units. For some reason, these 2 were not engaged. He's getting some... Oh, yeah, nice. He got to route those lights, though. Yeah, during the live I really wasn't able to look over at this side, so it's kind of nice to be able to see what's going on there. He also recorded this battle, by the way, guys. I can link that in the description as well if you guys want to check that out, his perspective of the battle. Here, my opponent brought some cav over. I got squares there. I'm very good with squares. So I got a square, forced him away. I think he's trying to rally up this line infantry, but they're down to 29, so they're probably not going to come back. Here you can see his foot guards took some heavy losses trying to reinforce this forest, and it really was for nothing because he ended up having to fall back anyway. So it doesn't look like super heavy casualties here, but a lot of it is taking place in these forests here. Not to mention it's taking a lot of bullets to push them out. My side's quieted up now. Let's take a look at the far left here. My ally has pushed up his rifles and his lights. Oh, let's see if he gets a square. Doesn't look like it. That's going to be a pretty heavy hit there. Even with Portuguese cav, yeah, his lights are taking some heavy losses. At this point, I would be trying to run him up, use him as a meat shield while your line deals with the cav there. On this side, he doesn't need to engage. If the enemy forces him to square when they get into a line battle, it's going to be bad. He'll get shot and won't really be able to put too much back. Here, he can probably take one of these units, move him over here, because he's got him in 3 rows here. He only needs 1 to support those rifles, or if he hasn't already, he could plant some stakes too. Don't think he planted his stakes, so he could do that. In the center, he is getting shot up a bit, I believe. Yeah, he's getting shot by these rifles, so not rifles, just regular Prussian Fusiliers. He should be falling back there. Over on my side, I'm trying to flank my guy. He's got some dragoons running through this forest and some musketeers trying to fend me off. I think I will take that fight. I have overwhelming number. I'm probably going to try and flank him in here and push that forest. Sadly, though, because of trying to push him out of this forest over here, my guys are pretty low on ammunition, as well as my lights. They've been skirmishing for the majority of the battle. I didn't notice here that I was getting shot by Silesian shoots in for a while. I took a few losses, but I do notice and pull back. Don't want to get shot. Opponent still taking some losses there. It's not too bad. A lot of shots hitting the ridge here, but it's still unnecessary, so should have fallen back there. My opponent pushed up some rifles. Here, let me pause right here. This is a bad mistake on my part. Also, kind of on my allies. He should have supported with some line here. You can see the enemy does have cav there. What happens here is I push up some lights to go shoot these guys. He runs them up, though. I'm going to charge in some cav, try to kill him. Sadly, I did not turn these guys' fire will off. I'm going to shoot my own men. And because what happens in Napoleon is if you charge at if you tell, okay, it's kind of complicated, but if you're back here and you tell your men to charge these guys way up here, you're not going to flatten your own men if they're really close to the enemy. But if your men are close to the enemy and you do a charge when they're like at a very close distance, for some reason your men just like run your own dudes over, and so you never want to do that. You want to, when you do a charge over or a charge order, you want to do it either when your units aren't near where the charge is going on, so you don't flatten your own men, or you want to order the charge farther back, although sometimes that will give it away and the unit can get square. So maybe what you want to do is run up first and then give the charge order. That way they don't hear it, and then when you do charge, maybe hopefully don't have units like I do here super close. So anyway, you're going to see my men get flattened here. And I shoot them right there. Look, they just got flattened. I look at, they just dropped dead. I didn't even like flat. Oh, that was just bad. The good thing was my opponent didn't get square, so I got a lot of good kills there, but it wasn't really worth it to me to lose that light. Still have another one to take its place, though. Oh, over here, I'm going to charge my cav through. My opponent's flank here broke once that cav charged in. I'm going to try to charge right through, so it gives my teammate some time to do anything, really, so his flank doesn't collapse. I believe he's going to do a melee charge here while I charge him in the rear. In the center, he's still getting picked off. It's probably because he's microing over on this side. His line infantry's charging up the hill here. Hopefully I get some final volleys. Does not look like it. Oh, there's a final kill there. That was good. No, looks like I took a charge there. I might lose that unit for nothing. Also some cav pushing up. Yeah, you can see here the Portuguese cav just swept up my teammates' rifles there. My cav's still running rampant, putting him in square. We were able to route this unit here. I'm trying to just continue the charge, get some final kills with that unit. See, I got a chevron from getting enough kills. whole time this is going on, my opponent, or I don't know why I'm saying my opponent. Sorry guys, my apologies. My teammate is getting some kills with his rifles. He probably should be targeting some units out in the open. He'll get more cost-effective kills there. He's gonna get some nice shots on these infantry who are trying to fall back. It's gonna put his unit in the numbers advantage there. But once again, he's trying to engage against some landwehr. I mean, you really don't want to do that. I mean, it's cool to kill the landwehr, but it's really not worth your men's lives. There's other ways of taking them out. Over here, I'm getting some flanking shot on this cav. Just holding out right here. Woolen guards are engaging his foot guards, and these ones are about to push up and engage his grenadiers because the slides are shooting me. But these men are also running out of ammo. They've had to inch their way through this area, and it's been using up their ammo shooting through these trees. Over here, my opponent realizes he has better units than I do, so he's going to push up and engage. I believe these guys are the ones out of ammo. But you can see I do have a unit with ammo on the flank here. This cav's going to force me in square, which is not good for me. I'm going to get shot while my men can only return a few shots. Yeah, only this front rank's going to be able to fire while I'm in square, and I'll be taking double the fire. Center, he is killing the landwehr. He's taking some losses though. Over here, I've got my units up on this hill. I'm taking some pretty heavy losses from this line infantry. This unit's not too expensive, so I'm not really concerned too much. We don't have a lot of units holding this hill though. They did some cav, but they're getting killed. My opponent, sadly, like, dude, are these guys firing? Oh, they're firing. That's cool. Sometimes only half the unit will fire, type of thing. So he's firing over there. It seems the Portuguese did a massive cav charge. It does not look like my teammate got squares. He's going to charge in his foot to try and distract them while he tries to reform here. He's taking some heavy losses though. Looks like his entire flank just got shredded by this cav charge. He's trying to run his general over to keep up the morale. He's taking this house. He realizes that his flank is being overwhelmed here. He doesn't have the numbers to hold it now. 4-second Black Watch is just getting cut down. They're just walking, so they're going to be taking some heavy losses there. Over on my flank, my Woolen guards ran out of ammo, so I charged into melee. The foot guards are just too much for them, so I'm going to start routing there. I broke his lights, though. Might be able to break those grenadiers. Yeah, I'm going to break those grenadiers. They're down to like 17. Over here, he broke one of my, both of my units. This one came back from routing, but they're out of ammo, so I'm kind of like worthless with them. You can see I kited back, got some more kills on his foot guards. Didn't do too much damage. Over here, I've got a unit of 98 fighting 63. I should be able to win that, but his foot guards are probably going to show up and put that in his favor. Over here, my Woolen guards broke his lights and his grenadiers. I'm going to continue the charge into his depleted foot guards there, which is good for me. Get some more kills on them. Over here, my lights that I flattened came back from routing. Yeah, they came back from routing, so I'm going to start firing at these square. My teammate does put him in square, which is good for me. I'll get more shots on him without taking too much returning fire. He's got a force here fighting back these Portuguese and a unit in melee. Honestly, I probably would have fallen back to this forest with these units and had this unit in the building. It makes your opponent kind of have to split up his attack and really messes up any organized assault they might be trying to do. My teammate pulled out his horse guards. I'm going to cut back, don't want to get shot. I'm going to get behind the stakes so I have more cover. And I'm going to start firing at these guys again.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Over here, my teammate's engaging these guys. He should win that. He's taking some heavy losses, but he should be able to rout them. Their morale's not that good anyway. I'm trying to charge in melee. I don't really expect much from these guys. They're active, which is good, but their morale's garbage. And they're worse than foot guards by like 20 times. These guys in the flanking position in this forest here are out of ammo. I'm going to try to charge them in. My opponent getting some pretty good volleys before I get in there. Yeah, look at that, that was a nasty volley. I did get a charge bonus though. Hopefully we'll be able to rout them. This unit routed before it even got there after taking a volley from the foot guards. So basically this flank, it burned itself out, so I don't really have anything there now. My teammates, this unit is just getting wasted. He's standing here getting shot by these lights here, which isn't very good or cost effective. This cap's too close to the enemy, so they're getting shot, but I do have my lights returning fire. He's got a random square, even though we're not charging. All of my shots seem to be hitting the bridge though, so bad on my part. My teammate has occupied this building now. He's going to start killing these Portuguese. What's good about these buildings, though, is usually your units aren't getting a lot of kills in melee. It's this courtyard, these courtyards in the buildings that they kind of get bogged down in from units like these. They keep them in, and your guys on the second and third floor open fire and get a lot of kills for you. So let's just take a good look at this battle here. That guy down the staircase just totally got shot. Guy here. These are the door guards. Oh, one of them just got taken out. This guy's getting some kills, though. Some reinforcements coming to help him out. Over here, we've got some poor British just trying to hold the line. 5 of them facing about, let's see, right around 10 Portuguese line infantry. But that 4 is now down to 3, 2, 1. Can he hold? Oh, he got a kill. Nice. One guy holding the courtyard. My allies general is trying to hunt down this Prussian general, Portuguese general, my bad. Over here, the Portuguese occupy this building. It's kind of breaking up my teammates' assault here. My units, I believe they routed that musketeer, but the foot guards finished him off. So yeah, I've lost everything over here now. It did some good damage, though. I didn't really make any headway, though, but it was nice to get the fight going. Over here, my teammate's going to charge in this building and try to take out that line infantry. It's only 53 against 108, so that'd be good. That should be good. All these Portuguese have some terrible morale against a double chevron foot with 50 men. Let's see, they are active, which is good, so they're not tired. Plus, they have the 2 chevrons, which makes them better in melee, so should be able to win this. Not to mention his general's nearby, so we can rally. Although the Portuguese general is not far behind. Over here, my ally was able to rout these Portuguese forces because the British just have overwhelming firepower as well as decent accuracy of 50, almost as good as guard units. On my side, pretty much all my lights are out of ammo, so it's kind of like I can't skirmish. Plus, he's got more landwear. But I still have my general and 1 depleted cav. We've only got 1 unit holding this hill, and let me just tell you, this unit is super OP. They are going to absolutely just MLG this battle, and MVP, and any other abbreviation you want to use. Like, that's the best unit in the game, honestly. They really want us the game. Like, we would have probably, well, not, sorry, I ruined it for you. We do win, but let me just say it's very close. This unit really just makes or break the game for us. So, thank this officer for keeping our men alive. He's got squares in his eyes, but okay, I'm just gonna accept that. Over here, my opponent has some musketeers about to march up this hill. And what I'm doing here is my teammate lost this building here. He's going to run his general away. Was able to rout the Portuguese general, though. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to throw this line of tree in this forest, let them rest because they are tired. And I'm going to keep this unit nearby to them so that they have better morale. Because having your units close together gives them overwhelming numbers and better morale for having friendly units nearby. You can see my allies general isn't far away enough, so he's still getting shot. Over here, my teammate really should be trying to shoot these units that are trying to run up this hill. That would really help me out. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's finally getting his general out of there, though, after taking a few losses. So, he's up on that hill now. It's kind of quiet now. He's not really moving up. Let's just fast forward a bit. My teammate's moving his forces out of the building there. He's got his horse guard still alive with 20 men. Probably going to go try and kill that unit there. My unit's now winded, so I have rested them up a bit. I'm going to throw them into this house. Their morale instantly drops, so I've really got to get these guys closer. You can see just barely getting out of distance of them, their morale dropped pretty bad. Even though my general died like right at the beginning, my morale's actually pretty good. So here come these 2 Prussian musketeers up this ridge now. Over here I'm going to take some losses trying to get in this house. Not sure what these guys are doing. Get in the house, guys. There's a poor guy who died without even getting in the house. You can see we're starting to lose men as we're running here. Over on this side, here come the the Prussians. I get a volley off. Really don't kill too many. I should have held fire a little longer. They're gonna charge in. My ally's gonna charge in the side here to stop the second unit, though. The bad tactic that this guy's doing here is he's charging in a clump, and my guys are spread out thin, so he's gonna get the charge bonus, but it's not as spread out, and it helps my units when they charge a melee to overlap him and get the surround on him, so I'll be able to beat this unit. He does get in square here against my ally's cav. He's probably going to lose that. He's going to try and run over and kill these guys, though. He's bringing up some foot to support me. As for this house, we've routed a lot of the Portuguese forces. We still have men running in. I believe that's a Pfeiffer. I have no idea what those guys fired at. Anyway, back to the main fight here. We rout that unit. My ally gets a volley off, forms square. Sadly, he's still going to get a huge charge bonus on the British. I'm going to try and rear charge them to help them out. Alright, we captured the building there, which is good. Prussians are still holding off against pushing up here. These guys are active, so they should be pretty decent in melee against these, well, they're active too. British broke just as I got there, but the Prussian morale's really bad, so hopefully we'll break them. Not to mention I've got the 2 chevrons, so my men are going to be a bit better in melee than they could have been. Over here, this tree is just surrounded by a bunch of dead Prussians and like 1 or 2 dead Spanish once in a while there. Over here, like I said, this unit is just absolutely MVP. They just routed another musketeer, and a Prussian Fusilier is coming to take its place. Over here, my ally is marching over all of his forces. I'm trying to also organize and march my forces over. Time's a-wasting. We need reinforcements. We do have even numbers, but my men are worse in quality, so that's not good. Oh, and look at this. I'm taking some stray shots with what little cav I already have. That's not good. I'm going to charge my lights in melee. I'm going to charge my general and my depleted cav here, and then push up line infantry. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to charge the lights that are out of ammo to be a meat shield, and then use the cav to hopefully get some kills, form them in square, although that's just landwear, so hopefully get some kills there. While he's distracted by all this, push up some line infantry to shoot him. Over here, these Prussian Fusiliers are getting shot in the back by my ally while he tries to march up this hill. So that helped me out before they even got here. I'm holding fire so I don't shoot the ground. You can see the terrain's bad here, so if I shoot, I'll shoot the ground. Over here, the charge is commencing. My lights broke, the cav broke, and here comes my general, who's also going to break. So I get a volley right here while my general's in melee, and then my opponent charges in this militia. Yeah, beautiful counter charge. They're just militia though, so I should be able to beat them. I got a nice volley on them before they charged as well. Here he's shooting his men in the back, so that's okay. Not going to take too many losses. Over here, I fired a volley and then charged a melee. Right, these guys, no problem. They're just lights. You can see this unit's still holding off, and now there's another musketeer coming in. They're taking some preemptive fire from my allies' forces here, though, his light infantry. My opponents just really want this hill, though. So yeah, we just cleaned up another unit. Here comes another on the way. My force over here just disappeared almost instantly. I got my final volleys with that unit. They were basically out of ammo. This unit got... Oh, they routed at 60. That kind of sucks. They routed the militia, got some shots at these guys, and then routed. Over here, got some final shots in these units as well, but my units routed as well. I've decided to just compensate what units I have and run up on this hill. I only have 4 units. 2 of them are way over there. I'm just walking them, though. I want them to rest. Over here, I fired another volley and then charged in. 94 to 66, and I still have better morale. Plus, I believe I'm going to shoot him in the back here, although I might hit my own men, pretty much. Actually, I didn't really hit anything. Look at his unit is like just kind of going berserker. He's trying to come up behind me, but the terrain's going to keep him from shooting me, so I'm not too worried. I'm going to get ready for him, though. This unit just came back from routing. I don't notice it for a while. Neither does my opponent. You can see a unit of 47 just routed its, what is this? Yeah, its 4th Prussian unit. And it's still holding. It's got 3 chevrons now. And now we're killing all these routing units. What I've noticed is the best to do when you have to hold this hill here and they're coming from the side is let them come up the ridge. So I'm going to pull back here and let him come right over. I don't want to fight him in this forest. I don't want to stand on the ridge and shoot him because he'll have the forest and he has better units. So I want him to come over the ridge and I want to get first volley. Plus he has his lights, so I need him to come over the ridge and take the first volley for me to win this. All of our units are pretty much on the hill now. We still have some lights on the left, although I believe the British player here said that his lights were out of ammo. Here he's... Oh, I know what I told him. I said, I'll hold the hill and you try to flank around. And he's like, okay. So I'm going to hold the hill with these, the plated forces. Most of my units are basically out of ammo at this point, so gotta be careful. Looks like I've noticed this line infantry. I'm going to bring him over here, try to shoot his general if I can. Over here, we just got 1 Portuguese unit left, so all the rest are dead. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a very close game. My men are off the fire at will. I don't want to shoot the ground. His units have not come over the cusp of the hill yet, so I want to hold fire. I need a good view point of his units before they get over. Sadly, it seems the flag bearer as well as the drummer have fallen in that foot unit there. Here, my opponent just shot the ground. I'm just getting my loads in, getting ready for his attack here. These units are also firing. You can see they have no kills out of this entire volley. They got nothing. And I've got the unit back here. I'm trying to target his general. Looks like I'm gonna run out of there. His general got away. Might take a volley, sadly. Yeah. Took like 2 losses, so it was nothing bad, but still kind of sucks. Here, look at that. He still hasn't gotten any kills with the volleys. So he's just wasting ammo. Heard his units say hold fire, though, so he's figured it out. It's right at this moment my teammate gets at his flank, and then his advisor tells him that his men are out of ammo, so it's like we have these units behind him with no ammo, and then I have this unit over here with a little bit of ammo, not much though. I'm trying to get him as far back as possible though, because this light's trying to pick him off. Now you can see these Portuguese are coming over the hill. I'm going to start opening fire. What I do, instead of firing and letting him come over the hill, I charge in my lights as a meat shield and push up these guys, because we have our reinforcements here now. I charge in these guys as my meat shield basically, and then push up really close to get some really accurate volleys against them. I believe I do open fire before charging in though. These guys are just walking for some reason. There, I fired a volley and I got like 1 kill. Here he fired and destroyed that unit that's walking. I should be running though. I'm going to charge these guys in as a meat shield. Stop these guys here, open fire. They didn't make it. These guys probably will. They've been MVP. They're about to take on their 5th Prussian unit. Doing some good damage. This unit, look at that. I just fired in his face and then charged in melee. It's a beautiful volley. Over here, my ally is getting shot. He's going to try and run into melee. It's the final battle here. This MVP unit, with only 33 men, is still holding out. Foot guards are having to take him out. I'm about to fire right in their faces, though. Look at this. Look at that. So this foot guard's just charged in just to get shot in the face. This unit, with 2 chevrons down to 81 men, is holding just barely. General just charged in. My allies' general's back there keeping up my morale, even though my general's fallen somehow. I'm holding the line. I've brought this unit in the back. I'm trying to shoot up these foot guards in the back. I know I can't win in a 1v1 shootout. Now engaged in melee. My allies' general charged in, just trying to help out my 67 men who somehow are not beating that general staff. My allies' men are in melee over here against these Portuguese lights. Barely fighting off these foot guards who are winning. I'm shooting them in the back, but it's not super effective because of the angle here as well as the trees. Oh, my allies' general routed. Look, 67. Oh, I know 67 men are charging there. His general is still alive, but I've got 2 units in melee against this one, and I'm shooting them in the back. My ally was able to rout the light. I'm still trying to kill him. My opponent gets a charge though. Now I've got only 1 unit, now 0. They both routed. His foot guards also routed. Now he just has his general against our 2 units here. So we've only got 3 units against his general. That's how close this game is. I'm going to try and shoot him because the angle here is going to keep me from killing too many British. You can see I've got a view of his general right there. So I'm trying to shoot him. But you can see just what a bloodbath this hill was trying to hold it at the end here. So yeah, anyway, that's the end of the game, guys. I'm probably going to be playing more games with the Total War Master. Like I said, check out his channel, guys. It's in the description. I'll also link the video that he recorded of his perspective of this battle. You guys will probably like it. Hopefully you give him some likes and subs. I think he would really appreciate it. Here you can see the score. I got 1,500 kills with 1,300 deaths. My opponent getting equally good amount of kills to loss ratio with 1,400 kills and 1,200 deaths. Our opponent's also getting some pretty good kills and losses here, so all in all, it's a good game. Best unit, Fusler with 293 kills. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.